Okay, great. So the question is, what are the rights of data subjects going forward pertinent to customers and suppliers? And when we think about I'm going to put this question to you. So what are the rights of data subjects? But when we think of data subjects, the question's in the context of customers and suppliers, but obviously in the greater picture to employees and under POPIA to organizations. Could you talk about those rights?
So obviously the obvious right is the right to privacy as enshrined in the Constitution. And then what is very important is obviously then how do we process the data subjects' personal information. And that we do lawfully in accordance with the contract that we have entered into with yourselves, be it customer or supplier. And the limitations on that is to provide and to give cause and effect to that agreement. So we would, for instance, only use that information to fulfill our obligations in terms of the contract, so that you can get what you have subscribed for, if you're a Netstar subscriber, or if you have bought services or goods from us, from any other OPCO. The other important thing to note is that where special information of a data subject is being processed, there we also require your consent. So that would be, for instance, in our health tech division, we have doctors as clients, and these doctors work with medical information of patients. So they obtain through their doctor-patient common law right, they obtain the right to have your information, because otherwise the doctor won't be able to tell you what's wrong with you. And that information then, normally when you enter into the practice, you fill in a form if you visit the first time, and that gives the doctor then the right to process your information, which includes, you know, getting statements out to you, which is what health tech is doing. So the rights of data subjects are pretty much embodied in our Constitution, and where it's required to give cause and effect to an agreement, or where it's required to enforce a legitimate legal obligation, or where it protects your legitimate interests, we are then justified to process it. So what we won't, for instance, do is give your personal information to a promotional company that has got no connection to us, and it will phone you out of the blue at a very inconvenient time. So that, in a nutshell, I hope that answers the question. Thank you, Shane.
Great, thanks, Hansi.